Gonna go live on Facebook very soon here. We don't want to go on my timeline. No, we do not. Healthy with Plexus, go live. Well, it says we're live. Let me click out of Facebook so we don't have a reverb. Oh my goodness. We made it, everyone. Good evening, guys. Well, welcome to Love Your Guts. Not so fun here on the Healthy with Plexus Facebook page. And you guys, we're so glad that it worked out for you to join us tonight. For those of you who are live, congratulations. If you stay tuned to the very end, we're going to have a very special offer for you, okay? So my name is Bridget Kroll. I'm a senior Ruby with Plexus Worldwide. I'm a military wife. I'm married to a super cute, redheaded helicopter rescue swimmer, mama of 4 redheaded kiddos, and I'm coming you from the peninsula of Cape Cod, all the way on the East Coast. And I'm here with 3 other gorgeous ladies, healthy gorgeous ladies, who are from the East Coast. So we have like the United States covered right now, right? We have Mindy Woods here. So darling. We have Colleen Harrison here. Hi there. And this is our co-host, Wendy Pence. She's my very good friend of almost 21 years. Do you want to introduce yourself, Wendy?
Sure. Yeah. I'm Wendy Pence, and I am coming to you from beautiful Seattle tonight. I'm super thankful to be here. I am married to a wonderful, awesome school teacher, 3 beautiful little girls. I've been doing Plexus for about 22 months now, and wow, it's just senior gold going Ruby. It's just been an incredible journey. I'm excited to share tonight.
Yay, let's get going, you guys. Okay, so the 4 of us are here. We decided to call this Love Your Guts because it's kind of the week of love. I know maybe some of us don't absolutely love Valentine's Day, or maybe you're like me and you're one of the crazies. We have the pink and red decorations up all over our house. It's just, I'm a fan. Even when I was single and had no boyfriend, I was like, I'm all about Valentine's Day. So it's been up since like the end of January. But, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and especially with these 3 ladies, how, you know, in our culture, especially around Valentine's Day, we are thinking about how to bless our loved ones, how to maybe pamper them, how to let them know how much we care about them. And we also, during Valentine's Day, like, for instance, a lady that I ran into at the store, she had all of this candy in her arms at the checkout stand. And she put it on the thing. And I'm like, ooh, that looks good. And she goes, yep, that's all for me. I deserve it. Like, that you know, she's like, I'm going to be home with my dog on Valentine's Day. And it's like the day of the year that I allow myself to do this, you know? And I was like, interesting. She's pampering herself. And, you know, in America, we do, when we're going through hard times, or when we've had a hard week, or whatever, we kind of pamper ourselves. Maybe we'll watch a movie, or we'll eat a tub of ice cream. There are these different things that we do. And we are here to tell you that at a certain point, each one of us made a decision to start loving our bodies and choosing to bless them. And because of that, our bodies are working better, they're functioning better, and we're able to bless more people in our lives, which means, honestly, more love for our children, more love for our spouses, our communities, and our churches. So, just enough about me. I cannot wait to hear each one of these people's stories, you guys, and I know you're the same way. So I have been this healthy, pretty crunchy girl since I was very tiny. My mom and my dad, they fed us whole foods. My mom gave us prunes for dessert. Like, we did not have a lot of sugar. Okay? Whoa. So it was pretty healthy. Yummy, right? Kept me regular, gut health, right? A little bit of gut health there. But by age 36, after the birth of my fourth child, I hit baby blues. And then it's like I couldn't climb out of it. And I always did with the previous three. And it was scary. And with that, during the next 3 years, I had itchy, cracked skin on my hands. There were like little signs that my body was like, we are not doing well, and we're going to let you know. My afternoons, I was homeschooling. My afternoons were on the couch with my children, which worked, but it's like, it became very normal for me. I was like, well, I'm just a tired, exhausted mama of 4 kids. This is what happens in your mid-30s, right? No, it's not supposed to. I mean, my time of the month was so bad that my husband would mark it in his day planner of when it would possibly come. Cute, right? Okay, so my friend Corey ended up sharing Plexus with me, and she's one of those people that you just trust, and whatever she chooses to do, there's usually a good reason behind it. She's not a rash person. They're careful with money. You get the picture. So she was sharing on Facebook, and I was like, Corey, you have to let me know what you're doing. And she knew what I had been going through, and she said, Bridget, triplex combo. Just remember these words. This is what you need. It's going to balance your body. I really believe it's going to. So my husband and I prayed about it. We looked at the ingredients. It made sense. We set aside all of my other fancy supplements. I mean, we were spending like $350 a month, okay? Put them aside, got on Plexus. Within 6 months, my hopelessness was gone, lifted. I lost like that last 7-8 pounds of baby weight. It was just stubborn and felt yucky in my belly all the time. My hands were cleared up, zero a crazy time every month, so much so that now I have a calendar so that I kind of know when it's coming. So that's my story. It's just the real deal. I dealt with my gut health. Plexus did it for me, and that's why we're here. So I don't want to keep talking, you guys, but we're just going to talk quickly about what I started on. All 4 of us, right? We started on the triplex combo. These two, you can kind of take at night, super easy. Plexus Slim in the morning. It's a drink that is so delicious. It's not a meal replacement. You put a packet in water, stir it up or shake it up. Like if you're me running out the door, drink it up. And it's all about your microbiome. That place in your body, all of your cells on your skin, inside, outside, we have this amazing system that keeps us healthy. This will feed that system, but also it's all about glucose metabolism, okay? And when I say glucose, I know you guys are thinking blood sugar. When our blood sugar is balanced, and that's what this is going to help do, all plant-based, you guys, natural, zero artificial junk in it. When our blood sugars are balanced, what happens? We actually end up sleeping better, and actually we wake up more refreshed. These are basics of life, okay? We have less crashes during the day. Our moods are elevated and leveled out. Our brain becomes clearer because glucose is our mind's like best source of fuel. So we want level blood sugar, okay? That's what this does. Our bodies, when we are balanced, in a balanced state in our blood sugar levels, our bodies flush fat as well. So, Plexus Slim, you guys, this stuff is the bomb. When people get on it, it is balancing. We probably prefer to call it Plexus Balance, but it's okay because who doesn't want to be slim and also support their lean muscle? We have people underweight who are able to receive nutrients again. How amazing is that? We're going to go right into Wendy next, you guys, and she's going to talk about these next few products that I all started on. And
yeah, Bridget, I'm excited to talk about Probiotic 5. Honestly, this is a family favorite for us. Actually, all 5 of the Pence party is on this product, and our little girls started taking it when they were as young as like barely 2 years old. Our youngest still like chews it up at night and takes it away. But yeah, you guys, why do we need to take a probiotic? I was thinking about that today, and I was like, maybe some people are like, why do you take a probiotic? You guys, with a mixture of our American diet, overuse of antibiotics, medications, pesticides in our food, toxins, I mean, chemicals in our environment, there are so many things that really mess with the balance of our gut. Our gut is a very delicate thing. You may have heard it referred to, as Bridget said, the microbiome, and how all of those things can cause us to have an overpopulation of bad bacteria. We don't want bad bacteria to flourish in our gut because we got some really crazy things going on with us. You know, when I first started with Plexus, and I'll tell you my story in a little bit, that was definitely the case with me. I could just tick off all these different symptoms, like Bridget had said she had, that were just like, wait, why do I have this and this? And it was like, am I just turning 40? Is that why? Do I just sleep bad at night because I had 3 kids, 3 in a row, and I just don't sleep well? I just couldn't figure it out. So to make matters worse, if you have like a gut that is, you know, out of balance, we can also have what's called a yeast overgrowth. And that many Americans will have that. The yeast can go in and be like a cozy little friend to the bad bacteria. It can cause like this little hard shell and just cause that bacteria to be like, I'm good. I'm going to stay right here and mess up your life. Sometimes people have symptoms like dandruff, itchy eyes, runny nose, sinus issues, ear infections, hormone problems, moody issues. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I had so many of these things going on, and I didn't really know much about this. Anyhow, I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story with that here in a second, but these things really we do not want. So what does ProBio 5 do? First of all, ProBio 5 has 5 awesome strains, good bacteria that it puts into our gut. So we want that good bacteria to flourish. So that's 5 strains that it puts in. And then there's enzymes in ProBio 5 that help us to do some really important things. First of all, there's an enzyme called chitosanase, and that guy is an antifungal, and it helps to break down that hardened surface that we talked about and destroy basically the nasty yeast in our gut and get rid of that bad bacteria, which we really, really want to have happen. The other one that I love is the serrapeptase, and that enzyme helps to break down proteins, make them smaller, more usable, and it's an anti-inflammatory. And I love how much Plexus products focus on inflammation in the body. It's super cool. So those are the things that I really wanted to point out about ProBio 5. But I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit of my story with all of that. And then we'll go into the BioCleanse. So with my story, we had arrived in January of 2016, and we were like, what is happening with my body? I could not seem to lose weight. I was struggling to sleep every night. I was like, basically I had to nap every single day. I had a lot of issues with mood. Talk about scheduling. My husband would probably wish he had a schedule where he could be like, let's see, when is she getting, like, it was just all over the place. Anyhow, yeah, my periods were really bad. I mean, it was just not fun. And I had especially noticed, I had always had some, itchy eyes, issues that would go on and off throughout the year. But I started having, I would wake up with these gigantic swollen eyes and just itchy face and itchy neck. And I could not get that under control. I had to go see the doctor about it. They didn't know what to tell me. Anyhow, that was like, I was desperate when Bridget, who introduced me to Plexus, started telling me about gut health and inflammation. All of those things like seemed like, wow, this really is getting to the root of potentially my issues. So I was really struggling to lose weight. So within the first 6 months on the triplex, my body started to do some crazy, awesome things. I did not have any more of those outbreaks with my eyes, like zero. I had started to lose weight. I went down like 4 or 5 dress sizes at that point in time. I just started to sleep better. I had more energy. I was a happier mom. I just felt more like Wendy. And I especially feel like there are people out there listening tonight who just feel like, that's me. I really want to feel more like myself. And that's really the point. We want our bodies to function the way that they're meant to. So anyhow, that's just a little bit of a snapshot of my health journey. Here I am 21 months later, and I'm like, wow, the things have gone on. I've dropped more dress sizes. My journey just continues, and I feel more and more an ability to do things, especially when the area of anxiety. I'm able to get out and about with my kids more. I could go on and on that. I know there's so many moms out there who struggle with that. I have a huge heart for you because I used to not be able to take my kids to the grocery store. That's how freaked out I felt. So, okay, guys, so that was the ProBio 5 and Slim Bridget was telling you about. Now I'm going to tell you, we have all this stuff happening in the body. Our body is, killing yeast, and it's getting out bad bacteria. So where does it all go? Well, we need to get it out of our system. So the BioCleanse, this guy right here, the BioCleanse, don't be scared by the word cleanse, by the way. It's super, super gentle, and I love that about BioCleanse. It is a magnesium supplement, and it helps to scrub out our insides and get those things moving. If you aren't going poop, yep, I'm saying poop, guys. If you guys aren't going poop a couple times a day, there's an issue. There's something going on with you. So we should be going 2 to 3 times a day. And I love that the BioCleanse really helps with that. It's going to help us. Actually, this is a really gross tidbit, Bridget, that I have to share. I looked this up today. Do you know that the average American can have like 10 to 15 pounds of fecal matter sitting in your body? Sorry, that's just totally gross, but it's so awesome. Okay, so magnesium. Back to magnesium. This kind of magnesium, I should say, is oxygenated. So it's going to help produce collagen in our bodies, which is going to help our skin, our nails, our hair. It's also going to bring our gut to an alkaline state, which is what we really want. Cancer cannot grow in an alkaline state. So we just love BioCleanse here in our family. It's awesome. We can just range listening to our body how much we need. Sometimes we need 1, sometimes we need 4 a day. It's just an amazing product, and I really love it for taking out the toxins in my body. So that's a little bit of my story. And I'm super excited to tell you about my friend Mindy right here. Mindy and she used to babysit at our church, and I asked her one day, and she'll tell you more about her story. I said, she can do more babysitting, and she was just telling me like, oh gosh, no, little kids make me sick. And not like that. She doesn't mean it that way. She means that they literally made her sick. She was taking things that caused her body to be really susceptible to sickness. And she was like, I can't do that. I have to stay well, because she was sick all the time. So that got us going. And you've been on Plexus for about 16 months, Mindy, right? Yep. Okay, so tell us your story, Mindy.
So, hi, I'm Mindy Woods, and like Wendy said, I was babysitting in her church had her daughters, and she came down and said, I've got somebody else who needs babysitting. Are you interested? And I said, nope, little kids make me sick. And the look on her face, and I was like, no, what I mean is, I had 5 autoimmune issues that if you said germ, I caught it. So I just was my doctors made it very clear, you just have to stay away from kids. And so I was doing this. I really needed the money. I was desperate for money. Honestly, I had just come out of homelessness. And so I was really desperate to get back on my feet. And so as soon as I said that, Wendy said, you need Plexus. And I said, what? Bless you. What'd you say? And so later that night, we talked, and she started sending me information. And I spent, probably a good 3 weeks researching and just checking, because I was really conscientious about making sure that whatever I put in my body was going to be clean, going to be natural, all that good stuff. I was no longer interested in all of the chemicals and synthetic things that my doctors had me on. And I just had spent the better part of 12 years being couch locked, as I call it. I really feel like I missed out on a lot of life. I was a single mom. I'd get my son to school, but I'd go right back home, get back in my pajamas, and I would be on the couch for, however many hours in between work and all of this. And so I was sick, and I was tired, and I was hurting all the time, and I was tired of being sick and tired and hurting all the time. So when she brought that up, I was like, that is the answer to prayer for me. And ironically, all of this happened on my birthday. So I knew that this was a gift. This was a total gift for me from Wendy, from God. I mean, it was an answer to prayer, because I had literally spent 4 months praying, please, there's got to be a better way. So I got started on November 6th, almost 16 months ago. And I started on the triplex. And the crazy thing is my whole goal was to feel more energy and less discomfort. And in the first 5 days, I did not need the heavy duty medication for discomfort. And it just got less and less and less over the course of 3 weeks. And then I had a scheduled thyroid blood test 4 weeks in. And that came, my doctor called the next day and he was like, okay, we need to adjust your medication again. And I was like, oh, great. Now what are we going up to? That's all we've ever done is gone up. And this time he's like, the weird thing is we're going to go down this time. And I'm like, what? So from that point on, every 6 weeks he rechecked me, and we just both would I was in tears, and he would just be so happy. He'd hug me, and it's like, we're going down again, we're going down again. So over the course of 3 months, I did just the triplex. And then on the 3rd month, I added our amazing fully methylated multivitamin. And for me, that was another lifesaver because I have a condition where I don't absorb B12. And B12 is so essential for so many things, but that central nervous system, cognitive function, brain fog, energy, dry skin, all of those things. So I got started on the multivitamin at the end of month 3, and then the month 4 I added our amazing product called Ease, and that, oh my gosh, so those I just every day during those first 4 months I just couldn't believe all the changes that were happening. And I had a couple of weeks of detox, which I knew I was well prepared for, and I knew what it was, and so I was so happy because I just knew that was another layer of junk getting out of me. And I figure I had been on the couch and on medications and all these other things for years, and so I was just looking for, like I said, a little more energy, a little less discomfort. So the rapidness of how much my body changed just really shocked me. And so at month number 7, I was completely off that thyroid stuff, off of allergy medication. I was no longer needed anything for nerves, for mood or low mood. I just everything. I couldn't believe it. I was off of everything but one last thing. And with autoimmune, you got to be patient and take your time. And, I may never get off the last thing, but that's okay. But all the other things I'm off of. But my pant size went down 3 sizes. My skin, I get complimented all the time on my skin. But this may seem funny to everybody else, but with the illnesses that I had been battling, thinning hair was a really big thing. And I remember lifting my bangs up and I could see shiny scalp going back like 2 inches. And I was really starting to panic because it was just getting thinner and thinner. And I now have sprouts sticking out all over my head. This is why it's up today, because it's just sticking out. I feel like a chia pet, or like, antennas. I could tune into Guam for you. So, but I'm just thrilled. My girlfriend just did my hair last week, and she goes, your hair is growing in. I mean, not just growing, but filling in thin areas. And my energy is up. I mean, naps at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my chin would hit my chest every day. I no longer have those things. So I'm just so excited and so blessed. I mean, you are what you eat. That expression also goes with you are what you internalize as far as nutrition. And with like Wendy said, our food system is depleted. Our soil is depleted. We have to supplement. We just have to. So I am so excited to see the continued progress and just the blessing of finding this company, of Wendy, just that conversation that day on my birthday. So 16 months in, I cannot believe how much my body has changed, and I am just truly grateful.
Wow, Mindy. Go ahead, Bridget. I was just going to say, that's so awesome. And every time I hear you share, it's like one more thing is happening. It's just so encouraging.
Oh. And I love how she said, off the couch and off the medications. So awesome. That's a way to put it.
Yep.
Well, we have another special person here also to share her testimony. I love Colleen Harrison. I was good friends with her daughter in Oregon. 15, 20 years?
Long time ago.
More like, 15 years ago. I met Colleen. I loved her right away. Somehow we got connected on Facebook. You guys, she is recently a retired RN, 38 years. So we're celebrating with her. And she's a wonderful story. And I'm going to let her go ahead and share it. Thanks so much, Colleen.
Thank you all. Well, my story is kind of a perfect storm. And unlike some of you who are younger, with retirement looming and my age getting older, I realized, wow, I have some things that I have to work on. So about 30 years ago, I had 3 kids under the age of 4. I had a set of twins. I stayed home during the week, and I was a full-time, I worked 2 12s on the weekend, every weekend, as a home health nurse. I don't know how I did it, but I did. Not only that, but there was a season in there when the twins were 6 months old that we moved my mom's parents in because they needed care. So for 2.5 years, they lived with us, and I was their primary caregiver. Well, during that time, the hormones started to change. I started having crazy hormonal imbalance from the time of childbearing all the way through menopause. It was not fun. So most recently, I watched Bridget because we had connected. I saw her, and being an RN, I was really skeptical about, is this some sort of snake oil? But I started researching ingredients and realized, wow, there is medical science behind this. This makes sense from a gut health standpoint. So the end of June, I was getting ready to have surgery. And for those of you that have major surgery, you end up having to have pre-ops done. Well, my labs came back. I knew my labs told the story of basically what I already knew. I was in trouble health-wise. My weight was out of control. And you have to realize that for the last 30 years, I've been a clinical nurse manager, and that is a stressful job. It is just stress, stress, stress. So long-houred weeks, I was tired. During menopause, I developed a mood issue, and I was on medication. So 15 years of being on, a mood medicine. Crazy hormones. And yes, because I was medically trained in the medical way, I didn't really explore natural medicine. So I took hormone replacements. When my kids were little and I was in people's homes, we were sick all the time. The kids were on antibiotics. I was on antibiotics. It was just the way it was. So with that perfect storm of things that happened, I started to have weight gain. I had body pain. I had significant evidence of this bad bacteria of yeast overgrowth in my body. I wasn't sleeping. We know now that's all related to blood sugar regulation. I had jumpy legs going on. The worst of it all, guys, and I'll just be honest, we talked about poop earlier, but I had very unpredictable bowel issues to the point where it was embarrassing. There were times where I had to run to find a bathroom. So I committed with Bridget to be consistent on my products, drink my water, and I'm 8 months in. I have lost a lot of weight, and I don't think I can tell you how much weight I've lost, but let's just say an average, you can do the math, an average of 5 to 6 pounds for the last 8 months. I have a neck now instead of a football player. Those of you that got invited, you've seen my before picture. That was at my highest weight I had ever been. I still have a lot of weight to lose, but I'm excited. My weight's down, my hormones are balancing. Because of that, me, kind of like Mindy, I started on the X Factor Plus. That generated my thyroid working better. And I just had labs done this week, so I'm really excited to see what those labs come and tell me. But I've been off my mood med since month 3 of Plexus. I added our product Vital Biome, and we haven't talked about that, but that is another type of probiotic that has different things, and it significantly can affect your mood in a positive way. I now sleep like a baby because I was waking up every 2, 3, 4 nights. It was amazing. My legs aren't as jumpy. And the best thing of all, though, is the unpredictable bowel health because of the gut health transformation with the probiotic and the BioCleanse, and getting that yeast out of my body. I'm changing. When you get that in balance, you're able to lose weight. I'm eating better. And just the emotional journey of this team here. And for those of you that are watching, and many of you have been my cheerleaders, and I just thank you for coming alongside and cheering me, because it's a big deal, guys. This is so critical to our longevity. My why was because I have a 22-month-old granddaughter, and I needed to be here. I needed to be here for my 3 kids. So that's basically my story. I feel better than I have in a long, long time. I've got a ways to go, but 8 months in, I can't wait to see where I'm going to be in another 8 months.
Okay, well, let's just end this there. It's like the most feel-good stories ever. Am I right? Oh, thank you so much for sharing, all 3 of you. It's funny because each one of you too, I think maybe Wendy did it that time, but you brought up another product. We all started on the triplex, you guys, and isn't it crazy how our stories are all kind of different? But these products address the root of all of our health issues, and they continue to do so. That is why you're seeing this multitude of things being touched and slowly being healed, you guys. Around month 3, I know for me, I added X Factor. It was X Factor, now it's X Factor Plus, because they added 50 trace minerals to this. And this is what Mindy was talking about. This is our amazing methylated multivitamin. You guys, I have not been on a multivitamin since I was a little girl. When I married my husband, he's kind of a kooky health nut too, which I really liked. But when we got married, literally, we moved all of our stuff in. And he said, I really would like you to find a multivitamin for us to take. And I'm like, I'll get right on that. I'll be your cute little wife. I never found anything, nothing out on the market that was pure, that was going to be bioavailable, that we could afford, right, as newlyweds. So this stuff is the bomb. It's just high. It has a high potency, you guys. It's highly absorbable. It has premethylated folate. I dare you to go look at your multivitamin tonight and see if there's folic acid in it, which is synthetic, or if there's folate, you guys, and that's going to be good for your energy levels, your skin, your overall health. This is wonderful for the thyroid. There's thyroid supporting nutrients in here. There are 500 milligrams of polyphenols in here. You guys, those are like heightened, strong, pure antioxidants that are known to ramp up your microbiome even more. So, our health and happiness company, Plexus, we're just all about the microbiome because that is where all of our health is stemming from, right? It's like a wheel. Here's the microbiome, and we have our energy and our thyroid and our hormones and our digestion and our elimination and our moods and all the things, our skin. Oh my goodness, all the things that we all spoke about tonight can be affected by the way that we love our guts, right? So that's that for our products tonight, you guys. We have 16 products. They're all so wonderful, and we'll continue bringing them up on this page later. Also, pop in later and see the before and after pictures of these 3 ladies here. They're going to be so amazing. Oh, so amazing. Wendy, real quick before we go, obviously we're all sharing on here because we're passionate and we've all really experienced a lot of transformation in our health. And I know for me, I'm the type that shares things with people I love. My first instinct was to tell my parents about Plexus. I just said, this makes sense. There are testimonies about your issues and people are slowly healing. Do you want to do this with me? And when that happens, Plexus pays us And I know for me, it was very shocking. I didn't start out sharing to be paid, but we happened to have signed up a very generous company. Wendy, did you want to share a little bit about why we love Plexus too, just as a company and working for this amazing thing?
For sure. So one of the things when we were starting to do this, so we use our tax return. So it's great season right now. Tax returns are coming out. We use a tax return to pay for our first month of Plexus because we were like, I don't know if we can afford it. Anyhow, it's so awesome because that's the only month I have ever paid for ever of Plexus. And now I'm sitting here and my paycheck is real money in the bank in the thousands of dollars every month. And I'm like, what is happening? It's just such an answer to prayer for our family because we live up here in North Seattle, super expensive. And one thing that was really important to me though was like, what kind of company is this? Because I kind of grew up with like, what is an MLM? Right? So I had to look at like, what is this company and what kind of integrity? I wanted to have integrity, Bridget. I know these ladies, I'm sure feel the same way. You want to have integrity behind the company that you're working for. And so just listen to some of these statistics from Plexus. Debt free. Hello. I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan. Gotta love debt free. Backed by Morgan Stanley. Getting closer every day to being a $1 billion company. We must be doing something right. $1 billion company. The health and wellness industry is one of the most profitable ones in the world. Relationship marketing, you guys, is one of the easiest things to do because we're just sharing our journey. In fact, Bridget, so this is what I did before. Remember this? Before my products even came, I was so excited, but super skeptical. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get on Facebook and be like, I'm going to do a video. So I listed all the things that were wrong with me. And I was like, I don't know if this Plexus stuff is going to work, but I'm going to try. And every single week I just made a video update, right? And be like, okay, oh my gosh, this is like really changing my life. Anyhow, relationship marketing is just such a blessing. Getting in touch with so many people that I love and care about over the years. Plexus has an incredible, generous compensation plan. I mean, I could just keep going. What Colleen mentioned as far as like the community and how God has worked on my heart and life and personhood. I mean, that's all of it. I mean, you see that in our company, true and true. The training that we get as Plexus ambassadors is phenomenal. It's about developing who we are as people and like, it's pouring money into if you love missions, pour money into missions. If you love, X, Y, and Z. I mean, it's just amazing the training that we've gotten and the support system that we have in our team and in our company. So I could really go on and on. I'm going to stop there. I'm super thankful that we have a company that I can have integrity to stand behind.
Absolutely. That was really, really important for my husband and I as well. I mean, as soon as I started sharing and people started signing up, I got a paycheck and I'm like, whoa, that just paid my products, like 8 times over. Whoa, we better look into this place because people are signing up. Like we are now representatives. We're ambassadors of this company. So same thing, Wendy. We found amazing things. Otherwise, we could not have continued. And you guys, in the first 16 months, just by sharing regularly and just being authentic, really, and helping people get on the triplex, here I was at Senior Ruby. And I will go ahead and share the comp plan probably in the comments later. But, the average that a Senior Ruby makes is, well over $4,000. And that's where we're at right now. And it's astounding. So
a month.
In the little time blocks, of my life, I'm homeschooling. I'm still in control of my time and my home and my family. And when we get to go out and we're finding total financial freedom right now. It's wild. And we're moving towards making our dreams come true. Retiring my husband from the military. We've always wanted to travel around the country. We are getting rid of more stuff. We're prepping to purchase an RV and make that dream come true. So Plexus is a beautiful vehicle for whatever you have on your heart to do. If you want to make a difference, go make a difference. If you want to be a big giver, if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I want to be able to pay for my kids to go to college, or have this legacy company that I can just bless many generations with. It's all up to you. So that's all we have for tonight. You guys, love your guts. We love your guts. We love one another's guts. We really do. It has just been such a pleasure to share with you tonight, and we are going to let you go because we went longer than we meant to, and it's been a complete honor to share with you. We hope you have a wonderful evening, guys.
Love you, ladies.
Bye-bye.